Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Dr. Grant Show. Today, I want to show you how to make a morning or evening routine that it really incorporates sound meditation. So, I'm going to show you just a really simple way to incorporate sound meditation into your morning routine. And I want to make it easy. I'm going to make it simple. And it's something that it's proven. Sound meditation is actually proven by science to work. Our bodies are over 60% water. And sound meditation and why it benefits you is it has been scientifically proven to actually calm, relax, bring focus, clarity. You've probably heard me in studies with nursing students that utilize EFT tapping, for example, which is one of the things that I include in my sound meditations and therapies. It resulted in those nursing students actually improving their test scores and experiencing vastly reduced anxiety. So what you're going to come away with in this show episode, and make sure to save this and make sure to definitely share this with anyone that you know that wants to achieve emotional balance, focus, creativity, maybe even a boost in your productivity. And like I previously mentioned, it is fun, it's easy, and it only takes 10 minutes a day. So this is a sneak preview into my morning meditation using sound meditation. And I will be treating you to a sound bath this evening. So without further ado, let's get started, shall we? So the first thing that I normally do for my morning routine is I just sit down and get comfortable. I also like to use a fragrant oil of some sort. My favorite fragrant oil and essential oil is using sage as well as lavender. And these are my essential oils that I enjoy using. And depending upon my stress level and yearning for relaxation, I might use a little bit more lavender oil than the sage. But I find putting these two together are really good. And you don't have to douse it on yourself and apply it to yourself unless you want to. All I do is I just unscrew the cap, both caps in this case, and I simply take them both close to my nose and inhale. Now, the reason why I take this approach is because lavender has also been proven, and 90% of what I share with you to 98% of what I share with you on my show and also in my one-on-one sessions where I consult and help guide and mentor people, women that struggle with emotional eating and food addiction. 98% of what I share with people, it is based in science. Just I've found a way to make it fun and simple and easy and serve and solve your problems. So lavender has been shown, just the fragrance itself, by itself, with no other accompaniment, has been shown to calm and relax in clinical studies. Sage is also extremely helpful in helping calm the nervous system. Now, why is this important? Why should you care if you struggle with emotional eating or food addiction? Because none of us, everyone I've ever spoken to, doesn't need any more Captain Obvious moments. What do I mean by that? Sharing with you to stop eating when you're full, or have you ever thought about grabbing a vanilla yogurt instead of the whole pint of ice cream, vanilla ice cream? My mother included. She didn't need a Captain Obvious moment. We often know what we should do. We just we just simply don't know how to implement it consistently. And that is the point of the show, to set your feet on the right path and help you, especially when I'm working one-on-one. My complete goal is to serve and to solve. You need a solution to your problem. So back to my morning and evening routine. I sit down on my meditation pillow. I grab my essential oils here. I inhale, and what that does also is that it implants a subconscious, a subliminal reminder to your brain that it's time to de-escalate. It's time to shift. And that helps your whole autonomic nervous system begin to slow down. And that is so very, very key. Next, if it's the morning, I think about my day and what it is that I would like to embody. What is my mission for that day? Where are the key areas where in the past I might have fallen short of my own expectations, visions, and goals? For example, I am still homeschooling our children. Well, they're on break now, but I was homeschooling the children before school let out. And at this point, it started with the pandemic. So that means that a lot of moms, parents, have been homeschooling their children for, this pandemic's been going on for over 1 year. That means we've all been homeschooling for almost 2 years at this point. Unexpectedly, homeschooling and the stress that can come with that. So I usually know what to anticipate in my day. I have 2 young children, aged 4 years old and 7. One is going on 17. The 7-year-old is going on 17. So I think about what are usually the things that are triggers during the day for them as well as for me. And I close my eyes. I breathe in. I breathe out. I visualize how this scene comes about. And I'm not only visualizing it, I'm seeing what I'm seeing, hearing what I'm hearing, feeling what I'm feeling. And all of us experience that stress reaction differently. For some ladies that I talk to, when they begin to feel their blood beginning to boil, despite their best efforts, no matter how much you love your children, then that's what you need to focus on. That feeling that's coming, that emotion that's coming just before you're frustrated. Now, why is this important? Why am I talking about this? Because it's things like this, based on the many women I've spoken to, that pushes women that are food addicted and emotionally eat, to cause them to no longer emotionally feel safe, comfortable, centered, calm. It contributes to the landslide of emotions that forces you to cope with food, because your brain is seeking some form of comfort. So I am visualizing the scenes and almost playing them like a movie, that I'm sitting in a movie theater, of what normally happens at key points of time. For example, brushing your teeth. I beg my children to brush their teeth. They may not want to. They usually don't. So how can I temper my reaction and deactivate that emotional cascade that happens? That's strike number 1. Strike number 2. Okay, we're battling over breakfast and lunch. I want them to eat healthier. They can't live off of chicken nuggets alone. I think they're going to turn into chicken nuggets one day. So how do I handle that situation? How have I handled it in the past? If I didn't handle it in a way that I expected, I'm advising you to avoid clubbing yourself over the head with disappointment and the emotion of disappointment, which causes many women to binge and overeat. Instead, acknowledge what happened. You know that you're a good mom. You know that you're a good dad. So what happened? Emotionally, were you already a little frayed and worn at the edges? Were you already worried, for example, about your finances? Were you just tired because you stayed up late that night because that was the only time that you had available and left for you after giving all day? And then that's when the overeating and the binging came. And then you woke up the next day with an empty bag of crackers or potato chips next to you, and you don't even know what happened and how it got there. And then the shame and the guilt. So I'm playing all these things through my mind right now, and I am changing the narrative and looking at that scene as it's happening in color, and I'm taking the scene and turning down the volume on it and turning that knob almost like you would have an old-fashioned TV screen. And I'm taking the color out, and I'm breathing in and breathing out. So if you're following along with me, whatever your scene is, observe it like you are looking at it on a big screen in a movie theater. See what you see, hear what you hear, feel what you feel. And then begin to visualize a knob where you're beginning to take it and turn the color down and the intensity of that emotion, and it begins to go with it. You're breathing in and breathing out until the color is completely gone. And now we are going to visualize how that could have worked out differently. For some, it may be interacting with their children. For some, it may be how you handled that last Zoom call and conference call at work. For some, it could have been how you addressed your partner and your significant other when they came home. No matter what it is or was, now you're going to rewind the scene in the movie screen of your mind, like you're sitting in a movie theater. And you're going to rewind that scene, and then you're going to press play, and you're going to see that scene as it should have been. And you're returning the color back. You're turning that knob in your mind to bring the color back to the scene on the movie screen. You're breathing in and you're breathing out. Now, this is the part where once you have that locked into place and you can see how you are acting, the desired action, this would be for my portion where I would begin to unwind with the crystal singing bowls to help move my brain patterns and brain waves from beta to alpha to theta to delta. So I would begin by playing the crystal singing bowls. And concentrating on the sound. Once the sound begins to die down, I will begin tapping on whatever it is I'm thinking about and that I want to focus on walking, living, and breathing in that day. No boundaries, no limits, no one's definition of my capabilities. And this is what I advise for you to do for your morning routine. If it's the evening, the only thing that changes is you're reviewing your day, and instead of clubbing yourself over the head with guilt and shame of the things that didn't go as you expected, you simply walk away from any guilt or shame and play the movie on your movie screen how you wanted that day to go. The reason why I'm advising you to do this is because the brain and the subconscious mind cannot tell the difference between something that you experience versus something that you're visualizing. So we are training our subconscious mind and our mind to cooperate, play well together. And then this way, the next time you have a situation that's similar to this, then you will not react the same way. You will increase the probability of you reacting the way you want to react because you have rehearsed this and visualized this and seen yourself doing this several time. So it's almost like something clicks and snaps into place for you. And if you struggle with emotional eating or food addiction, this makes all the difference in the world, because your emotions and your thoughts are what's powering you, not common sense of knowing you should eat the apple over the apple pie. So once we learn how to train our minds, and you have the tools to begin taking the first steps to training your mind, your whole world will shift and change and refocus itself in the way that you've always wanted it to look. So this is when I would begin my EFT tapping session, and I would focus on my goal for the day. You can feel free to repeat after me. Even though in the past I may not have acted the way I planned, I both deeply and completely love and accept myself. I breathe in and breathe out. Move to top at the top of your head. And you can repeat these words. Even though I struggle sometimes with perfection, even though time is crunched and different from what it was in the past, I lean into forgiving myself. And I both deeply and completely love and accept myself. You would continue tapping. Breathe in, breathe out. Then you would move to begin tapping at your third eye on the inner brow area with your 2 fingers, and repeat after me. I yield to the divine. I yield to receiving guidance from the divine. I am receptive to that gentle nudge, that gentle touch, that gentle thought, that gentle yearning, trying to guide me in the best direction, best outcome for me, my family, and those around me. And I both deeply and completely love and accept myself. Continue breathing in and out. Move to tapping on the outside of the brow. Breathe in, breathe out. And repeat after me. I vow to stop wasting my essence, my energies, my time on thoughts that no longer serve me, on thoughts that no longer feed my soul, on thoughts that no longer drive me closer to my purpose and vision. And I both deeply and completely love and accept myself. You would continue tapping. Breathe in, breathe out. move your fingertips to underneath the eye. Repeat after me. I will look in the mirror every day and see the good in my body reflected back at me. I vow to praise the strength of my body. I promise to cherish and uplift the image I see staring back at me in the mirror. And I both deeply and completely love and accept myself. Breathe in, breathe out. Move to tapping, top of the lip. And you can repeat after me. I am excited about my transformation. I am excited about being open to my transformation. The process of transforming into a better version of myself. I allow myself patience for her growth. And I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Breathe in, breathe out. When ready, begin tapping on the chin. Repeat after me. I am unafraid to express my feelings. Now, I am unafraid of how it will be received. I am aware it is good to express how I feel. It brings me and other people that are close to me into a better place of understanding my needs. And I'm not ashamed of this. And I both deeply and completely love and accept myself. You would continue tapping. Begin tapping with your 2 fingers on your collarbone. And repeat after me. I lean in and receive the true knowledge that I am loved. I am always loved. I am a gift to those around me. I am protected. I am safe. And I both deeply and completely love and accept myself. Breathe in, breathe out. Final tapping. Repeat after me. I call upon the strength and receive the courage from both my generation and previous generations to walk and be in the highest expression of myself, and know that every day I make the best decisions that I can with the information that I have, always in love, always in knowledge. And I forgive myself of any past decisions that I made. And I will always deeply and completely, forever, love and accept myself. Breathe in, breathe out. So that is my morning routine. At that point in the morning or the evening, if I'm doing it, then I just simply close my eyes. I may play a little bit longer. And I get up knowing that I am done and that it is done. And doing this, I promise you, will give you such a better way to conduct yourself throughout your day. You'll expect more of yourself and you'll deliver. You'll also expect more of other people and they'll deliver too, because you're able to stay calm, centered, focused in your power, and therefore you turn and empower others. And this is exactly, if you struggle with emotional eating or food addiction, precisely where you want to be. It is the first step on that bridge to deactivating the emotional thought chain that normally would cause you to veer left into the tub of ice cream instead of veering right and seeing the emotion, feeling the emotion, but not being swept up and overwhelmed by the emotion. If this resonates with you, I've been having astronomical success with EFT tapping sound baths for women that struggle with emotional eating and food addiction. Women have reported that after these sessions, they have experienced such a shift that they are clearer, they are calmer, they're also not inclined to eat. We don't even discuss the food that you eat because the truth of the matter is it's not important at this stage. until we finally address the root of the problem, which is giving you the tools to handle the emotions and the stressors in your life and the triggers in your life properly, and the tools to get to the root of that. It doesn't hurt to help you become a money magnet too. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for watching the Dr. Grant Show. If you know someone, or if you yourself struggle with emotional eating and food addiction, and you want something that's scientifically proven by someone that has some experience with it up close and personal, and you don't want and don't desire any more Captain Obvious conversations, and you want something that works and solves your problem, then feel free to get in contact with me on edibleaddiction.com. My name is Dr. Kirsten Grant. I am the first scientist that has actually created the first study that worked online with women that were plus sized, that regularly struggled with food cravings and overeating and food addiction and emotional eating and anxiety. And in a matter of 4 weeks in this scientific study, women reported that they learned how to control those urges to give in to food cravings and overeating and binging. Not only that, they reported losing as much as 20 pounds in 4 weeks, just with my scientific approach alone, delivered online. And I created this because I lost my mother to food addiction, emotional eating, and obesity. And when she passed away, we were afraid we weren't going to be able to find a coffin big enough to bury her in. And I watched her all her life struggle with love, relationships, career, her health, even interacting with family, even all the way down to choosing what could be considered a hobby for her, all because of these 3 things. And this is the reason why I developed that scientific study that helped so many women. And I am on a mission. It is my life's work to help give women that struggle with food addiction and emotional eating the tools that they need to not only learn better habits, but get to the root of the problem and serve and solve those problems without the Captain Obvious conversations on food and calorie restriction and working out until you're a sweaty mess and pile. You can work out if you want to. So once again, I can be reached on edibleaddiction.com. You can set up a free get to know you session, and often I can usually find a solution to your problem in just that time alone. But if it sounds like what you need is more, simply more support, more help, someone that really just cares and holds space for you to get you through to a solution and solve your problem, no matter what bucket it falls in, then maybe we should explore having a deeper conversation. All right, everyone, the Dr. Grant Show is on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Saturdays. I have a special guest coming on this Saturday. Make sure to tune in Saturday at 1:00 p.m. Central Standard Time. Much love to you.